Well, hello everybody out there in Atlanta. It's Chris from HHN with another exciting episode of Topher's Vlog. We are back out at Universal Orlando Resort today. We have not been here for a couple weeks. Those who remember, in the last video that I did while we were out here, I did have a colonoscopy and endoscopy done last week. So I was not able to come out here and see all the goodness like I had predicted that week. Last week there would be an explosion of stuff for Halloween Horror Nights 31 out in the streets, and there was. There's even more stuff this week that we have to take a look at. But as far as the procedure goes, they didn't find anything major, anything crazy, inside me. They did remove 3 polyps, not to get too graphic. Last time I had a colonoscopy done, they did remove 2 polyps, so we're one up on that, I guess. But they didn't find anything wrong, nothing wrong with the stomach, nothing wrong with the esophagus, so it is what it is. We move on to figure out what else is wrong with me. So it is what it is. But we have a lot of stuff to look at today, so let us not waste any more time. Let us have some fun. So here's a look at the crowds down Production Central. Despicable Me is at a 60-minute wait. Children did go back to school yesterday here in Central Florida, so might not be as crowded, but it's still pretty crowded here. So 60-minute wait for Despicable Me, but we are here to see this, our first piece of construction here in Production Central. So here's another look at the structure a little bit closer. Kind of similar to last year's thing, except more truss work over the top there. Also doesn't look as tall as the one from last year. Looks a little bit more condensed as well. But we got lights on there already. So we will see what this is. So before we even go into New York itself, we do have our themed bars. They're going all out this year with the theming on the bars. So this is over in the little area in between Transformers the Ride. So we got the bars here. Some faces up there. Some shadows in the doors. We have another one over here, a little bit different. This one is kind of trick-or-treating. It says trick-or-treating up there. Got some pumpkins, or pumpkin eyes, I should say, a mouth. So very, very cool with the themed bars this year so far. We got a lot of these to see, so there you go. So switchbacks and the Transformers queue are gone. More than likely preparing for the bar. But these are just cool. These themed bars this year are just very, very cool. There you go. Got a tent over here, of course. This one is not yet skinned, but I assume that it will be skinned soon. In our absence, the tribute store has closed to make way for the Halloween Horror Nights tribute store. I believe that this, of course, will be used with the same skin for Halloween Horror Nights 31. We will see. It's highly unusual for them to have not taken this facade down just yet to prepare for the Horror Nights tribute store. Usually that happens very quickly, so I would assume that this will be reskinned to fit the Halloween Horror Nights tribute store. At the exit to the tribute store, it has been the fence work here has been repainted black, and we have some lights being hung from the tree here, so they are working. So once last we were here, this was just a platform, but now we have a bunch of stuff to look at here. So we've got the judges booth here, which I assume ties into maybe like a pumpkin judging contest maybe. So we got some pumpkins here. You might notice this Major Sweets guy is all over the place. We've got corn, which I will talk about a little bit later. Giant pumpkins everywhere, festivals. This tractor has gone wildly off course. So, barricades here. And of course we have a tarp here. Anytime you see a tarp in preparation for Halloween Horror Nights Scare Zones, there is a dead body under there somewhere. So So, and then this stuff actually extends back this way. We've got some hay bales here with pumpkins there. There's one here. And we have the box truck. Now the box truck, of course, has been around before. It's got a little bit of a new flavor to it for this year. Killer Tastes. Major Sweets Candy Company there. Come around this way real quick. So there you go. There's this Major Sweets guy. Major Sweets Candy Company. And of course, Little Boo is there. He's all over the place this year. Go back a little bit. Get a little bit of a thing there. So yeah, so a lot of stuff. We'll keep continuing to go down New York here. Looks like there will be somebody climbing up there, of course. Other side of the van has the same thing. So still no official word or sign of the Mummy reopening, but they are preparing. But we got these cool little things on the street lights here. And then we've got a little, what looks like, oh, by the way, our streets are still blocked off. They are indeed removing the cobblestone. So we've got this little photo op here in front of the Mummy. Another tarp, which of course means a dead body. And I'm going to have to stop in a minute to avoid the Blues Brothers. So weirdly, over in Sting Alley, we have some, looks like a food booth. A couple of food booths are being constructed over here. This could be because a few of the streets might not be ready with their cobblestone removal. Ironically, this has cobblestone, but so we've got a couple of booths back here. Get some good looks. Here's the big food booth here. Got themed booths with meat. And there's another small one over here. So very interesting that they would put stuff here, brighten you guys up a little bit here. So ironically, if this is being done because the other streets might not be finished, to remove the cobblestone, ironically there will be cobblestone here. So it's kind of funny. So there you go. Over in San Francisco, we have a very interesting set piece here with some cauldrons. A lot of runes over everything. Doors, we got runes everywhere on these rocks. Do like our cauldron here. It's a very interesting door. Closer up on the runes here, so these some of them. I think some of these runes have been translated already. I don't quite know exactly what they mean, but I'm sure somebody on the internet can tell you. But there you go. This cauldron is very, very cool. This cauldron is very cool. Some of the detail on there. And I do like that door. Over in San Francisco, we have this area now, which is going to be apparently a bar area with a bunch of, you know, pillars and stuff with runes on them and whatnot. So here's a pillar here. So it looks like this scare zone, at least the bar area, will go back here. There is tables and chairs back here, so they can set up some areas for people to sit. But these runes are here, and they do look like they light up. So it looks like there's little LED strips inside. So they will light up. So I have another pillar over here, and then over here is the actual bar area. So there's of course some runes on there as well. Here's the actual bar area here. So yeah, so it looks like we're gonna have a little area back here where people can get some drinks and sit down, look at the runes. Now that is a big gourd. This is the bar area in, over the bridge here in between Springfield and London. Last year this had our two pumpkin friends little barn theme that had the pumpkins coming up off the top there. This year it's a giant pumpkin. So really quickly, we're kind of taking a break over by the stage. Don't hear anything sort of banging, hammering back there. It is what it is. Just kind of resting for a little bit, for a minute, if you will. I wanted to address the issue of corn. There is a superstition in the Hornets community. Of course, for those that don't know, there is a superstition in the Hornets community when it comes to corn. This basically stems back from 2004 when Halloween Horror Nights grew their own corn for a scare zone, Field of Screams, which was one of the scare zones that connected both parks. 2004 was the two-park year, basically connected both parks. Well, 2004, a series of hurricanes basically decimated Central Florida, and the corn that they grew all summer long for the scare zone was basically all but wiped out. So ever since then, there's kind of been this superstition about corn at Halloween Horror Nights. Back in 2017, for Scarecrow the Reaping, they did put corn. I don't know if they specifically grew corn for the house, but they did put corn in front of the facade for Scarecrow the Reaping. And of course, 2017 saw Hurricane Irma come through sort of the west central part of Florida. So it is what it is. Hopefully we won't get anything because they do have corn. I know it's kind of making some people freak out a little bit. There is corn present over there in New York, so who knows? Will the bad luck with corn continue, or will it not continue? We will see. But I just wanted to stop real quickly and sort of address the corn, the myth of corn here for Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando, anyway. It should also be noted that there's actually Scarecrow the Reaping is coming to Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood, so maybe it'll all just kind of cancel each other out, or maybe it's a bad sign that they have Scarecrow the Reaping coming to Hollywood, so who knows. So we have our typical food and bev tent over there, of course, and our construction wall that was over here a couple weeks ago is now gone. You can see the work to the floor there, so brand new look to the floor. So just like last year, Chief Wiggum's car has been removed. Got some stuff going on over here, but no like eating platforms yet or anything like that. So, but Chief Wiggum is gone for the time being. So over in the kids zone rotunda, we got a couple more skinned bars. This one kind of has just like the pumpkins from last year a little bit. I love how these things are going to light up, these Duratrans. This is going to look cool lit up over here. Over here we have a castle. Looks like inside you can see a laboratory of some sort. Stained glass windows over here. Areas for menus here. And another bar over here, but not yet skinned. Another skin bar over here at the entrance to Springfield's. Colors look a little familiar to me. They might look a little familiar to you as well. There's like blood all over this thing. Lots of blood. Colors look a little familiar. So we got our little truss work over here. This is pretty much all that's over here. So our little things that were over here before. Got things for people to climb up on top of there, and then some truss work over the top here. So there you go, that's it for Central Park. Kind of taking their time over here. Over here by Cafe La Bamba, which is the entrance to Central Park from Hollywood. There's Central Park. We have these sort of Latin Day of the Dead sort of things here. Kind of reminds me of the skeleton bar that was here a little bit ago. Back in the year that we will not mention. Our final stop for today brings us back to the Nettlewood Cemetery, where they have just added some details. There's a lot of old branches and of course statues. There's some foliage, dead leaves and things all over the place. Some more foliage. Foliage over there, next to the cab guy. Got some potters over here. Again, foliage everywhere. Old foliage. Oh, we got some things on the crypts here, so you can place flowers and whatnot. Very cool. Some more statues. Foliage. Foliage, foliage, foliage. A lot of foliage around these crypts here. And of course, a little decorative foliage around our Nettlewoods Cemetery sign. Well, I think that's going to do it for us out here at Universal Orlando Resort today, guys. A lot of stuff is going on. A lot of stuff, a lot of Scare Zone construction stuff has happened since we left. I'm really liking what's going on over there in New York with whatever this sweet festival is or whatever the hell it is. I think that looks really cool. Some decorative work going over there, going on in the Nettlewood Cemetery. Some witchcraft going on in San Francisco. Not too much going on over there in Central Park, but a lot of food tents are getting themed this year. You know, I mean, we had themed food tents in the past, but these ones are getting some pretty spiffy themes from the looks of it. So a lot of stuff going on. I should be back out here next week. Hopefully, if everything goes well, there should be a lot more stuff. We should be hearing some more stuff. If I was a betting man, probably the last of what we should be hearing for Halloween Horror Nights 31. Everyone just needs to be patient. Things are coming. So, that being said, as usual, everybody, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys next time.